Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny. Listen, some of you may remember, of course, those of you that have been praying for me, you remember that I have been sick for a while. I'm beginning to recover somewhat, feel somewhat better, still very weak, not really capable of doing a whole lot, but it will not stop us from bringing to you another beautiful gun. I just want to say thank you to all of my prayer warriors, the good people here on YouTube that have took the time to spend time in prayer for me and of course my wife. I'm doing better. Unfortunately, my wife contracted this awful stuff, but she is doing somewhat better. I am grateful to God that He has spared us because this is a bug and this is a monster that it's unlike anything that I have ever dealt with in my entire life. This thing was engineered to kill. That's putting it very bluntly, but it's the truth. This thing was orchestrated, engineered to kill human life. I believe that. I really do. So, thank you so much for your prayers. I appreciate it. God bless you for doing so. And I cannot express myself enough to show you the actual gratitude that I have for you for your prayers. So God bless you. Now I want to read a scripture or two going way back. Yes, going way back to the book of Genesis. And I won't spend a long time on that, but Genesis 1 or Genesis 12 and 1 says, Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Now notice what verse 3 says. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Just briefly, I want to really give my opinion and my comment here relating to these scriptures. And we, of course, we see so much anti-Semitic stuff going on all across the globe in regard to the Jewish people. But let me give you a little warning here, as well as some biblical advice. If you lift your hand up against Israel as an individual or as another country, the scripture is very clear. You don't mess with Israel. These are God's people. God blessed Abraham from the beginning and for him to be a blessing. And of course, we know that Israel is God's people from the very beginning. And he is basically giving anybody, any nation, any country a warning here and is saying, if you bless my people Israel, I will bless you. And if you curse my people Israel, the curse will be upon you. Now that's biblical advice, and it's simply a biblical warning. You know why this country has survived and thrived all down through the years? It's because it has never ceased to bless Israel. That's where the blessing comes, is when you bless Israel and you begin to curse Israel, and the curse will be right back up on you. Now, I'm talking about an individual country, no matter who or where you may be. God's chosen people were selected just to thrive. and to multiply. And it's been like this from the very beginning. That fight that's going on there now, it didn't just start back in October. It started way back in the very beginning. And I'm going to tell you, it has continued on, and I don't believe it'll be over anyway soon. The hatred that the world has for these people, and yet the more they're hated, the more God blesses them. This is awesome under God's eyes. So I don't want to be even thinking about lifting up a hand against Israel because I don't want God's hand lifted up toward me. Would you want that? I wouldn't want that. I believe any country that supports and freely helps Israel, God will bless. He said he would. But America's in danger right now. I believe in, actually, I believe this. I believe it won't be very long. And under this leadership, that they'll turn their back on Israel. And God help us when that happens. God help us when that happens. So we need to continue to be in prayer for the country of Israel. God bless them. God bless them. I love them. I love them. And if we bless them, God will bless us. If we curse them, God will curse us. We don't want that now, do we? So may the Lord bless the reading of his word. I've got really two shotguns on hand that I want to show you. And I'm not going to spend a tremendous amount of time because I may not sound exactly like I should or normally would, because I can tell you that I am still sick. But you, as an individual, I believe it like this: a man has got to do what a man's got to do. So I'm going to bring to you another two more beautiful guns. Listen, I've got two guns here that I will say to you that I would never, ever sell. No. First one I want to show you is one you have seen before, but this is an old 870 Wingmaster. 12 gauge, full choke pump. Now, the next one I want to show you. Remember, that was a Wingmaster. This one here is an old-timey 1200 Winchester 12 gauge, full choke as well. And of course, it's a pump. Now, why? Two reasons why I would never, ever want to sell one of these beautiful guns. First of all, really, they are two great American classics that you don't usually find on the shelf, hardly like they used to be available. And secondly, is because, well, I've had this one here, the old 1200. I've had this thing for over 50 years. So it's been in the family a very long time and still very beautiful to look at, considering over the years how age really causes things to decay. Now, this Wingmaster is older than the Remington is. It really is. Now, I could say on and on and on why I wouldn't want to sell these. Number three, I believe that these are two of the finest shotguns ever made. You may not agree with that. You may say, Kenny, there's so many of them out there, the 1200, the 1400, the 13, and of course, so many other automatics. But I'm going to say this. This old 12 gauge 1200. Now I'm going to be shooting, oh, that's my ammo, 2 3/4 regular 2 3/4 Winchester shots. But I've shot so much out of this over the years. And I'm going to tell you, you can feed this thing just about any type of ammo that's available in a 2 3/4 size load. It will eat it. It will use it. It will shoot it, and it won't hang up. Why? Let me ask you, why would I want to sell something like that? Now, that would be absurd, in my opinion. And you know, the same applies here to this old 870 Wingmaster. You can feed it anything, and it will shoot just about any type of ammo that you could imagine, and it will not hang up. Now, of course, you've got to know this, and many of you realize this. The way you maintain your guns is how they're going to function for you. If you don't maintain them, in many cases, they won't work for you. So, maintenance is extremely important here. But I have noticed this, and this is the number 3 reason as to why I would never ever want to sell a gun like this. Now, another thing is quality. Number 4. You won't find the quality built into a gun like these two here are now. Back in those days, Winchester and Remington were the top of the line when it came to quality shotguns. That would be my 4th reason as to why I would not want to sell it, because you can't get that type of quality in just about in any type of gun that you want to buy today. Made of the finest material that Remington ever put into a shotgun. And that can apply as well to this Winchester. Now, the guns are comparable in weight, and of course, both of them are bottom load and side eject. They have about the same barrel length, except this one here's got an aftermarket bead on it, and the Remington 870 does not. Like I said, they weigh about the same amount. They have about the same barrel length. They are both full choke, and they both work exceptionally great considering their ages. I don't know if and when I ever experienced a hang up with this old Winchester. What makes hang ups? Have you ever thought about that? Why do you have consistent hang ups with your shotgun? Well, there's a number of reasons as to why, and I won't have time to go over them. But in my opinion, the very first one that you need to look to is because your gun may be dirty. Now, that could be your number one reason why you have hang-ups. But this old Wingmaster functions just like it did years and years ago. Now, all of you, of course, you can see that all of the blue is gone and all of the scars is there, but this thing is heavy, and this thing has stood the test of time down through the years. And believe me, it's got plenty more good years left. And this gun will never be sold. as well as this old Winchester will never be sold. They're collector items as far as I'm concerned, which of course many of you say, no, not yet, Kenny, but to me they are. And for me to sell something like that, to me it would not be a pretty sight. No. There's just a few things you just simply cannot sell. They're too valuable. They're just worth every penny. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you get something like that and get something that good, the only thing I want to do with it is keep it. And when I'm gone, of course, it'll belong to my son. That's the way I believe it. Pass it right on down. Let your grandkids experience what you did, what you shot with. I give these beautiful old shotguns without any hesitation whatsoever 5 stars. 5 stars. Now I'm going to be shooting just a brief time, maybe a couple of times of each with each gun. So listen, 5 stars once again. Why? Because they are the utmost of quality. Tried, proven, tested, last. Both of these guns made in the good old USA. And you can't get any better than that. So listen, you hang around. We're going to see just what these guns do, okay? All right. I'm going to shoot out there, and you can see that target. Only going to shoot twice, so I'm going to shoot the Winchester first. So let's put one in the barrel. Now, let's get the other one. All right. Let's put one in the barrel. And here we are. Let's do it right at the top of that corner. Listen, I have to say to you, it doesn't get any better than this. When it comes to the old style shooting and the quality that it's got inside, let me tell you, many of you would say, Kenny, I'd love to have something like that, but I don't know if it's possible to find it. I'm sure you could find, if you look in the right place, one of these guns, you could find it. But listen, if you like this, would you prayerfully, listen, if you like this and what we do, would you prayerfully consider subscribing to the channel? Just hit that like button and prayerfully consider subscribing to the channel. And I would appreciate it. And as always, God bless you, and you have a blessed day.